Hello, hungry friends. Today I have a delicious dish that's low-carb, gluten-free, vegetarian. You can hardly ask for more, and the preparation is really not complicated at all. Here's what we'll need. We'll need spring onions, fresh basil, ripe tomatoes, chopped onion, minced garlic, fragrant oregano, a pinch of sugar, salt and pepper, a drizzle of oil, and some mozzarella cheese. Using Gouda, which I'll grate, or feel free to grab pre-grated. Of course, don't forget that we'll need cauliflower and those handy canned pizza tomatoes. First, let's take a little time to quickly handle the onion and garlic. Carefully peel them and then chop them finely into small bits. Next, heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pot. Add the onion and garlic and saute them for around 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Then, proceed to pour in those beautifully diced tomatoes, bringing everything together to a lively, quick boil. Allow it to gently simmer for around 5 minutes while stirring continuously. Season with pepper, salt, a pinch of sugar, and plenty of oregano. Stir everything together, then take the finished tomato sauce off the heat. Now, remove the green parts of the cauliflower, ideally using a sharp vegetable knife. When you've completed that step, simply wrap the cauliflower in a kitchen towel tightly, then with a bit of force, tap it against the work surface a few times to make it easier to separate the florets. Unwrap it, and you'll notice the florets come off easily. Choose to keep them larger or cut them smaller. Even the last floret seems to move as if by magic. If some florets have a longer stem, feel free to trim them. Of course, if you'd like, you can keep them on just like this. Now, place the florets in a large pot of boiling salted water and let them simmer for just 4 to 5 minutes. Once that's done, drain them well and allow those florets to sit aside to dry completely for a minute or two. Next, let's get the toppings ready. Slice the spring onions. Now take your washed tomatoes and cut them into nice thick slices. Slice the mozzarella as well, and with that, everything is ready. Now grate the cheese. If you're using pre-grated cheese, you can skip this step or use a food processor. If you don't have a food processor on hand, a simple grater will do just fine. Add the grated cheese to the grated cauliflower and mix them thoroughly together. This will form the base of the pizza. Line the baking sheet with parchment paper and spread half of the cauliflower cheese mixture on it. Shape it into a round form right from the start. Using a tablespoon works really well for this. The base should have a diameter somewhere between 25 and 30 centimeters. Shape everything nicely into a round form with a spoon and press the edges slightly with a knife at the end. And then the base can go into the oven for pre-baking at 225 degrees Celsius for top and bottom heat, or 200 degrees with a fan for 10 minutes. If you have a pizza baking form, you can of course use that instead. Simply place the mixture in, press it lightly, which is definitely the easier option. Here, we have the great base perfectly baked without needing a form, and now we carefully spread the delicious prepared sauce right on top. Spread it out evenly, almost to the edges. Spread the slices of tomato evenly across the surface. Sprinkle them lightly with the chopped spring onions, and then carefully place the mozzarella slices on top. Now, place it back in the oven and bake the pizza at the same temperature for 10 to 12 minutes until it's done. As you wait for your pizza to bake perfectly, take a moment to carefully pluck the aromatic basil leaves. Chop or dice them into smaller pieces and then sprinkle them on top of your delicious pizza straight from the oven. It truly looks scrumptious, and as we've discussed, this pizza is vegetarian, low-carb, and gluten-free. You can, of course, vary the toppings according to your taste. I wish you lots of fun preparing it and, of course, enjoy your meal. See you next time. Bye-bye.